guys, and welcome to this week's episode of Through the Glass Table. Welcome to 2018 as
Cheers.
well. Cheers. And as always, my name is Izzy.
And I lost 20 pounds.
And today, we're going to be talking about Alec Garland's Annihilation.
Annihilation is the beautiful love film about a young boy named Elio who is taken away by an older man named Oliver, who makes love to him in ways that I wish I could be made love to. And that I've never been made love to. Like, and it has me questioning.
How does it make your areolas feel? So we saw an early access screening of this film. So what we saw might not be what you motherfuckers be seeing.
Yes, but because we are cheap and we didn't care about this movie, spoiler alert, we're just gonna fucking review it now. And so I'm gonna ask Ismail, what did you think of the early version of Annihilation?
I don't know.
Oh, let me ask you another question. Ismail, do you remember anything that happened in the early version of Annihilation?
There's a lot of walking.
There's a lot of walking and a lot of fucking talking and a lot of like Natalie Portman vibes.
But here's the thing. I think this movie is supposed to be that. Because it's supposed to be the abstract, the weird, the kind of sci-fi, what would happen kind of film. Mm. So I think it's supposed to be like that.
Like I left the movie thinking like maybe I'm not smart enough to grasp what's going on here.
No, we left the fucking movie like, what happened at the end?
In the movie. We're not supposed to tell anybody, but we saw this like as a screening. And so at the end they ask us to write, you know, it's like questions, like a questionnaire. And then on one it said, what did you think the movie was about? And I said, you tell me. Because I did not understand this movie. And it wasn't even entertaining on a like crazy level, except maybe the last 20 minutes. I don't know. I just didn't feel nothing for this movie.
I didn't really feel connected to this film. I don't know the source material. I've never read the book by Jeff Vandermeer.
No.
So I don't really know, but someone did. And it also sounded early access screening. And they say it's completely different.
From the book?
From the book.
In a bad way?
In a bad way.
Why is he not here reviewing this with us?
Well, because I can't show his face.
Like the disappointment for me is that this is directed by
Alex Garland.
Yeah, there you go. And I absolutely loved, deeply loved his last film, which was starring Oscar Isaac and Domhnall Gleeson, and it was called
About Time?
No.
That's a good film. Fuck this review. Go watch About Time.
With Justin Timberlake?
No, you stupid bitch. This is fucking Domhnall Gleeson. It's about where he could time travel a little bit. It's a love story. Have you not seen About Time?
No.
You have not seen About Time?
No.
Wow.
What the fuck is the name?
Friendship Over.
What is the name of that movie?
What movie? Promise? The Promise?
No, with
The Promise?
Ex Machina.
What did you think of Alex Garland's
direction?
Yeah, that thing.
It was because I loved Ex Machina. Did you see Ex Machina?
Yeah, but okay, so you know that he has a talent. It's just great.
Yeah, and this is probably my fault that I expected that same level of direction in this movie. And, you know, every movie requires something different, especially if you're an auteur. This was such a fucking bummer. Like, even Ex Machina was a little bit of a bummer, but there were funny parts. Like, Oscar Isaac is, like, dancing. And
what?
Yes, there's a whole sequence where he's, like, disco dancing with a fucking Asian lady.
Yeah.
You know, those things elevate. It made it tolerable for some of the darker themes in that movie. In this movie, Jennifer Jason Leigh is a fucking bummer. She's monotone. The direction is just like
Tessa Thompson? Is she in this?
Tessa Thompson is in this. Yeah. Shit. I didn't even realize that until we saw Thor. I didn't know who she was until. But yeah, Tessa Thompson's in this. She's okay. The acting, the direction, the special effects, which I don't want to like completely blame on the movie because it may have just been unfinished, but it just all added up to like mediocrity.
I don't think you could do much, unfortunately, with what the premise of the film is.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't think you could.
Well, we should talk about what the premise is briefly.
Okay. Spoil alerts.
Well, we don't have to like. I mean, are there any twists in here?
Fuck it, I don't care anymore.
Okay, whatever.
Spoil alerts. So the whole thing is about alien presence, right?
I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's an entity. We'll just say that.
There's an entity, and this entity appears on Earth in the form of a shimmer. So it's like this weird kind of occurrence that they can't measure. Everything they've tried to do, and it's all in this one little region that they've closed off now. And so they keep sending people in there, and to discover what's inside the shimmer. And once they get inside there, Natalie Portman figures out that it's some it's some weird like amalgamation stuff happening there, right?
Yeah. And the thing that brings her there is that her husband is military, and she was sent. He was
like Black Ops or something like that.
Yeah, and he's the only one that has ever survived going into the shimmer.
Cause he's the only one that ever came back.
Oh yeah.
Right?
See, then the problem with that, where I think you're saying is you can't do much with the premise, is that whole premise is just like, okay, he came back. So what exactly? Like, why did they go into the shimmer? What was their end goal? You know what I mean? There was no agency for me to where it would be different if Oscar Isaac was still there and they knew he was alive, and then they wanted to go back to try to retrieve him.
I see.
You see what I'm saying?
Besides the whole scientific discovery portion, there wasn't a real need for us to feel to go inside.
Yeah. And so because of that, I was disengaged.
I think they try to do that with the relationship of Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac, right? She wants to go in there to just discover what happened so they can probably help him.
Well, because then also, slight spoiler alert, their marriage is not exactly what it seems. And so I guess this is her way of like penance for the things she's done behind his back.
Ooh,
you remember that? Yeah. I guess that's her agency, but I don't know. It just didn't. The sci-fi elements in that didn't mesh well for me. You know, I like elusive sci-fi movies, which is why I was trying my hardest not to just say this was terrible when we were watching it. But I always feel like with those kind of movies, even if I don't know what the fuck is going on, I feel something.
That's because the characters are really top notch. Because with that kind of big thinker films, the characters are, I think, what kind of drives you. And their motivation and their human failures and their
you think of something like 2001.
Yeah, honestly, 2001 deep down is really boring.
Yes, and I don't fully understand what is the point of that movie, but I will watch that.
Exactly, and I love how. So
and you remember those lines. Yeah, I guess. See, that's what the problem with this movie is, disengaging, because it's not a lot of memorable stuff in it. I kind of don't have nothing to talk about no more. However, I will say Natalie Portman is real bad in this movie.
Damn.
She's real bad.
Just straight up to it, huh?
Yeah, this is like, I was having throwbacks to like Phantom Menace Natalie Portman, where she's just like,
oh, jeez.
She's just like a wet noodle.
Anakin.
A wet fucking noodle.
Anakin, you're breaking my heart.
I don't know if it's just the character, how it's written, or what.
She's had a couple of stinkers.
Yeah.
Like, where's Black Swan Natalie Portman?
Yeah, or Jackie Natalie Portman. I loved her in Jackie. But it's like she alternates between stuff like that, and then she's just like character nobody.
Well, she got put in a new pool.
I guess.
I don't know. Fuck it. Yeah. Let's just rate it.
Yeah, so as you can see, we're not.
What is it called?
We're not very interested in this movie, so
we saw it. Yeah. I want to get up on it. I was really excited for it because the trailers, man, there's really art to making trailers.
Yeah. Yeah. See, we hadn't talked about that yet. I found it so interesting watching the trailers after we seen this 6 months ago.
Yeah, about.
And it's interesting seeing the trailers because it makes it look so good. And I was just like, it's not.
Fuck, I haven't seen this sci-fi film like this in a long ass time. What's the last one? I mean, I like Blade Runner, but like before Blade Runner, what was the big sci-fi film? Can you recall? There's not a lot of them lately.
Besides like Star Wars.
I don't really call that
Rogue One.
Anymore. That's such a big blockbuster stuff now.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting because I just saw it when I went to go watch Call Me By Your Name, which my life has been shaped by that movie, and he's tired of me talking about it, but go see that. But they played the trailer, and people were in the audience like, wow. Like, they were really pumped up about it, and I just wanted to tell them, no, this is bad, guys. It's real bad. But having said all that, Ismail, what would you rate Annihilation?
Well, if I had to weigh with the, Natalie Portman's poor portrayal of that character and Alex Garland's lazy direction of the film, it adds up to a scandalosity of a 2. 2 out of 5, which is, I don't know what director mine anymore.
Yeah, well, we might drop that. It's a well-made film. It's just an uninteresting.
That is like the fucking weakest thing people can say because
there's worse things.
Well, the brushstrokes are fine in this art piece.
It was boring and uninteresting, and the acting wasn't the greatest, but it was at least like coherent in its own way. So I can't give it a 2, but I'll give it a 3, like maybe a 2.5 or a 3, a 3 out of 5. It's
playing it safe by the belt.
There,
loved Oscar Isaac.
Well, he's barely in the fucking movie, which is a travesty in any movie. Anyway, it's just a 3 out of 5 because I just was so disappointed, and I know the potential of Alex Garland just based off of the one movie that I've seen from him, and so it was very disappointing. So that's it, guys. We'll see you later. Thank you for joining us again, and welcome to 2018.
Yay! Go eat al pastor tacos.
Bye.
That was weird.